Okay, we are live, starting to set up everything. Day 40. Let's just make sure everything's streaming first before I start going through what's on the topic for today. Oop, no, not that one. This one. Let's just make sure we're live here. Yep, we're live on X. Actually, we're missing usual bit of background music. Let me get that going too. As usual, PumpFun is having issues. It always does. But yeah, we'll get that sorted too. It always takes a minute and then it is up and running. All right. And we should have our theme music as well running. There we go. The theme music of Upscalp running in the background. Fantastic. Great. Okay, so we're live on Telegram, live on X. Let's see, are we live on YouTube? We are live on YouTube as well. And let me just make sure that PumpFun is actually started up because it's the last one always. Yeah, it's live. Great. Okay, welcome back everybody. Here we are for day 40. Yeah, I guess it's another milestone. Every group of 10 days or so, I guess, is a milestone like this. It's really enjoyable to see the chart doing so well, the project doing so well, the bot doing so well, and the time passing and maintaining it through the passing of time, I suppose, as well. Speaking of the chart, I'm just going to open it up because we do have to celebrate these days. I guess when things are looking good, you got to enjoy it. You have to celebrate these days. I guess when things are looking good. Just going to mute that there. So if I go down here and have a look at the chart, fantastic. We're extremely close to our all-time high yet again. I did a space last night, which I'll speak about in a minute, but during the space there was a 8 sol buy, which I think is a really, really good sign. And as you can see, we're setting that new floor constantly. So we were around here, around 20k for a long time. Chart has seen this very, very gradual upturn, and all of a sudden in the last 3 or 4 days we've just exploded. Fantastic. Long may it last, and I think it will, really, especially with things like the Upscalp API bot coming out soon, going into live beta with our premium holders. So I think all good news, really. We've seen the work that I've been doing on the bot and the back end, making a massive improvement to the performance, particularly in strong sentiment markets. So when the market sentiment is green, according to the traffic light system that we use in Upscalp, we're seeing win rates around 70 to 80%, which is pretty phenomenal. And of course, then Upscalp informs you when the market is not really conducive to futures trading as well, when it's not a good time to trade, by giving you the yellow traffic light and the red traffic light warnings to show that it's diminished opportunity for good futures trades. And again, the bot does show that it is, even for the bot, it does struggle in those markets too. So if you stick to the guidance that the Upscalp premium bot gives you, you're going to do well, it seems, at the minute. The win rates are really, really good. So that's just taking a minute to, I guess, see where we are from the DeFi token side. Looking pretty good at the minute and looking to push that on. The other main thing, I suppose, that I wanted to talk about today was just to call back to last night. We didn't have a live stream yesterday because I was speaking on TAS Hub Pitch Pit. So just to give them a shout out, and to Mystic Crypto in particular. I've listened to a bunch of these in the past. Mystic is a fabulous host. He's so good at it. I just had to compliment him on how slick and smooth he is, and that radio voice that he has. Great facilitator for a space as well. Really brings people along, guides people through the conversation with them. Always make sure to give people a fair amount of time as well. I think he divided the time really, really equally between the 3 projects that we're on, and it was just fascinating. And I think it's really good for me to be doing these spaces because, for example, for number 1, the other 2 projects that we're on have a far higher market cap than us at the moment, and I think one of them was a utility as well. Even the I have to get them as a Tappy project. So I think it's really, really good to be associating with projects like that, learning from them, seeing what they're doing, talking to them, getting to hear how they're approaching, how they build, how they market. It's really, really powerful, I think, for us. Yeah, again, I'll be looking for more like that. That's really where we need to be going, where I need to be going with these on the marketing side, finding more spaces like that. Yeah, I really, really appreciate it. And as I said, there was a really beautiful 8 sol buy during my time when I was talking, being interviewed by Mr. Crypto. Brilliant. What more can you ask for on a space like that? I think great questions too. I really appreciated the questions, and I'll ask them if I'm allowed to take the recording and clip out my bit maybe, and I'll share it on Telegram. In our Telegram chat, I'll share the recording there of the interview. I think it'd be well worth listening to. It actually, I'd say it covered quite a lot of questions that people often have. So I think it's a really useful resource to have if they'll allow me to clip the recording. So I'll ask them for permission for that. I'll just take a quick look at the dev update side. So here I'm going to go to our Jira board. And as I was saying on the TASA pitch pit last night, this is public. We have a public Jira board for our Kanban, for our backlog, where you can see exactly what I'm working on at any given time. You can watch the progress of them because you'll see them move across the board as I work on them and as I complete them. And as usual, as it has been, say, for the last 2 weeks now, at this point, it's really these two items here where I'm still focused on. It's the Upscalp API bot, getting ready for live beta, which I'm hoping will start next week. And it is the adaptive scoring system for the scanner side of Upscalp, which really, I think that's the one that's most visibly delivering that people can see the effects of, because in the Upscalp Telegram community, we have a community bot, and anyone at any time can see the win rate of the bot, and they can also see the top wins for the last 24 hours and the last 7 days. And really, that's where this new adaptive scoring system is really showing its power, its effect, because for folks who regularly check the win rate of the bot, they've seen it go from, say, like that 60, around 50 to 60% up to like 70, 80% now. So I'm actually going to just check it myself while I'm speaking here, because I can use the command too. So in our Telegram chat, it's just /WR. That's the command for it. It takes a minute because it's a bit of a slow report. It takes a while for it to build, and then it delivers the here, I might as well show it on screen. There is no reason for me not to show it on screen, so let's do that. Oops, what's going on here? Now I've lost it. Yeah, maybe the reason for me not to show it is because I can't control it. Can't control the screen. Is that still loading there? Why did it go so far up? There we go. Are we there? Yes, here we go. Okay, so there you can see we're really seeing the power of the effect of this new adaptive scoring that I've built in. So you can see there 30-day win rate in favorable conditions currently is 68%, 7 days 79%, and 3 days 73%. So really that's the place where you should be trading. When Upscalp tells you that conditions are green, sentiment is green, that really should be when you're focusing, you're trading on. Depending on how risk tolerant you are, you may also want to trade in the yellow conditions, but as you can see, the chances of getting winners there is less. And definitely you can see as well when the market conditions, market sentiment is unfavorable, so extremely volatile, extremely choppy, you can see it's very difficult for Upscalp to catch winners in that time, in that period. It is something I'm still working on constantly, but I would advise that you avoid futures trades during the red conditions. And again, the best place to find that, the quickest place to know the sentiment of the market is to use Upscalp, because you get notifications in the Upscalp bot that tell you when the market sentiment has changed. So yeah, from the development side, those are the two things that I'm really focusing my time on. I'm doing a few other little things. I'm actually gonna, let's add them in because I think it's worth adding in here. So let's add a new one, which is research, applying auto research. So I am constantly working on trying to find new ways to improve the product, to find new edges for the product. And I had a couple of recommendations in the community to take a look at Andre Karpathy's auto research tool. I had seen it on Twitter, but I didn't think it applied to what we do. And then a couple of people in the community told me I should check it out, so I did. And I realized that people are using it in finance applications as well, and they are using it in trading applications. So I've been using, I made a fork of it, in other words, like a copy of it, and I've been using an adapted version of it for Upscalp, and using that to do research on, say, it's like academic papers about futures trading, the latest ones I could find about new articles in the industry, so industry best practice about futures trading. And by doing that, by automating that, it just means I don't have to do it manually, first of all, which is what I was doing at the very, very beginning of Upscalp. I was doing it manually. And it means that I can hand off that to this network of bots that work away for me in the background. Really, really, really interesting. I do find, and this is a very common topic on this live stream, I do find that you do need to keep a human layer in it. You do need to have observation by the human, because there's a couple of things that AIs do. These AI agents in particular, when they're working on these kind of automated tasks, they very often get distracted, number one. So they'll go down a path that is not the critical path of the task. They'll get distracted by something and start working on something else that's not actually related to the original task. And the second thing is that they often get sucked down into rabbit holes. So they get really, really fixated on one aspect of the research or the task, and they plunge down extremely deep into that one task at the detriment of the overall task that they were meant to be working on. So you do have to watch for that. And we've spoken a lot here about things like OpenClaw and other products that integrate AI into them directly, so that the AI is almost in control of how the product works, the processes of it, and how skeptical I am of that. And that's another reason this explaining, talking through the issues with auto research, this is really just an illustration of the kind of issues that make me so wary of building AI into your product. I think the risk is just enormous. So I use AI a lot, agentic development tools a lot on the building side, but it's always with me as the human layer, as the person who's like the product owner, who's watching, who's observing. And when I spot these deviations or these getting lost down rabbit holes, that I can observe them, that I can course correct as the human and get it back on track. There's many reasons why this happens, but the biggest fundamental reason is these agents don't have long-term memory. They don't even really have medium-term memory, and their capabilities, their performance decreases massively if you try to increase the context that they have. It's called a context window. The fall off is pretty phenomenal. So these products are kind of stuck in an awkward position at the minute, that like OpenAI and Claude did try to expand that memory, the short-term, medium-term memory. They tried to make it longer, adding more context, but the fall off in performance is absolutely incredible. It makes the agents dumb, basically. It really makes them a hell of a lot dumber. So long story short, yeah, there won't be AI built into Upscalp for the foreseeable future. And if anyone asks you why, when you see all of these products that do have it, this is the live stream for you. I'm always happy to explain it and to talk through why these products, I think, are going to have a lot of issues in the future. When you see products built on OpenClaw or products that say they integrate AI into them, I'm very skeptical. Send them my way and I'll explain why. Great, so that's it from the development side. I'm trying to think, was there anything else? Yeah, just the Solana Foundation, Super Team Ireland. I was talking a little bit about that, but I had a call with them this week on Tuesday. I've been added to the group. They have a Telegram group for founders and builders who have been invited by Super Team Ireland. I'm part of that community now, so I'm chatting away there, making connections already. I already met some people who have skills that I don't have, like say on the marketing side, and who are willing to give me advice, which is absolutely phenomenal. Because I said one of the main benefits for me that I saw by joining the Super Team Ireland was the mentorship that they can give, because they have some really, really great mentors. So for me, that's really exciting, because yeah, it's it's always good to know your weaknesses, I guess, like to understand where you're weak. And definitely, I understand that on that side, it's a side where I don't have a lot of, say, real world experience, because my side has always been on product development, on user experience and content. I have not really been involved in the marketing side, a little bit of marketing content writing, but not really on like running marketing campaigns. So for me to have the ability to talk to mentors who that's their whole area, extremely experienced people that I was talking to yesterday, like with very long careers in DeFi and Web3 on the marketing side. So this is fantastic. I'm so happy to be chatting to these folks, and to listen to them taking their advice on board and applying it to Upscalp. So yeah, that was the update there. I haven't had time yet to go through, say, there is a possibility to apply for grants through the Solana Foundation for Upscalp as well. Haven't done that yet, but I'll be looking at that next week. That is something I should add to the Kanban as well to do. Yeah. Did I add it? I didn't add it. Let's add it straight away. Grant application, Solana Foundation. Yeah. Let's add that and move it up to the top, because yeah, it's pretty good. Cool. So that's kind of where we're at. Usually at this stage, I will cycle through. I'll actually share in the chat. That's actually a really good idea. So let's just share it here, because then it'll probably come up later when people are watching the recording. There we go. I'll add that there. I want to share it here on YouTube as well. I'll share it on PumpFun and in Telegram also. Yeah, I think that is just a good idea. I'll share it in all those places because it was a pretty good space, to be honest. There's down here, yeah. And put in the comments of PumpFun as well. Yeah, great. Okay. So there we go. It's in all of the places I've posted it. And I just usually do a sweep to see if anyone has asked any questions in any places. So let's see. There don't seem any questions on. Thanks, Christian. Okay, we got a comment rather than a question. Thank you very much. Upscalp on fire. I appreciate it. Thank you. Let's just see if there's any comments on Telegram. Anyone asking any questions there? No, there aren't any. So that's probably it for today. Nice, thorough, quick and easy run through everything that's been going on. As usual, we'll be having another live stream tomorrow. I'll schedule that as well. If you want to help me outside of crypto, if you want outside of DeFi, cross your fingers for Ireland tonight. We're playing the Czech Republic, Czechia, in World Cup qualifier in Prague. Irish people are getting very excited about this, but it's going to be an extremely tough game, so it's 50-50 really. So yeah, cross your fingers for Ireland. If you want to help me out, cross your fingers for Ireland, that Ireland will win tonight. Until tomorrow, thank you very much. I appreciate everyone who's tuning in and watching the recordings later. Really appreciate that you give your time to me and give your support.